focused on digital currencies for a couple decades. This is something we've been focused on digital currencies for a couple decades.
Right. But you can implement it with a digital currency. This is the hidden agenda. But they got to do two things. One, roll out the CBDC, which they're doing, and get rid of cash. Those two things will go hand in hand. But we will end up worse than Communist China. Communist China, if you're on the bad list, you can't. It's a social credit score.
Yeah.
You can't buy a plane ticket. You can't buy a train ticket. You can't pay for your kid to go to a good school because you're on the blacklist because you did something on social media that said Xi Jinping looks like Winnie the Pooh, which he does. But that's
we're recording this.
But that's I say this on Twitter, so that's okay. But that's what we're getting to. That's the dark side of central bank digital currencies. But it's the real side. It's the real hidden agenda.
And that's why every single time Jay Powell is prompted in front of Congress, the Republican Jay Powell says, "We'll get back to you.
Yeah.
We're studying that. We're taking commentary."
That I think central bank digital currencies were concocted in hell by Satan himself. They are incredible control by governments over everybody's bank account, and they're going to create a void of privacy for every individual citizen. I think they're horrible, but I think that's where they want to go.
In the 21st century, we may see the emergence of a new massive class of useless people. People who have absolutely no economic value.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort, and China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe. If you do like what you're listening to, please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works. Because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book. The New World Order book is going to show you how the world works. It is definitely time to wake up out of your sleep in the times that we're in right now. Plus, guys, we know we're waiting on that next main event towards the end of the year. We had the first quarter event. Like I told you, that would happen. Don't forget this is Shemitah year. And then also, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's definitely time to re-educate. And also, those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon, much love, keep it coming. Do not forget I have the New World Order cryptos in my Patreon. Do your own research, but going inside of a bear market, you definitely want the cryptos that have real use cases. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores, keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first. And right now, Bitcoin and cryptos are flat. We know CME opens tonight. We have no volume right now. So we know when CME opens, we know that's going to move the market. And then when the stock market opens, it's going to move again. Guys, we're going to have a roller coaster ride this week. We have Jerome Powell, Jackson Hole, and then on top of it, we have futures. So make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates, which we're moving up. 10-year yield almost at 3%, and I definitely see them pushing that down for Jerome. We know when Jerome is in the house, they like the markets to look good, so our eyes are off the Fed. And then we have volume, and right now, guys, volume is down. And then, of course, we have Tether, USDC, and we see Tether and USDC, the volume is down over 20%. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo is still over 2 trillion. We have Jackson Hole on Thursday and Friday. And we know when it comes to futures, we have futures Thursday and Friday. Remember, they move back to the end of the month. So I definitely see us pumping. And then also we have CME that's going to be launching Euro, Ethereum, and Bitcoin futures on the 29th. So I see us this week pulling back at the beginning of the week and then moving up. And then we know we're going to be running into open interest where I definitely see a big pump. So early on in September, I definitely see us getting off to a great start. But we know it's Shemitah year. So we know we're going to have that big pullback. We know they're going to start raising rates again at the end of September. And then they're going to be cranking up, rolling off this balance sheet. And that's the biggest piece. And then rolling into 2023, they're going to be taking over $2 trillion off the balance sheet in 2023. We're definitely going to be taking this big hit, but we know why. They have to destroy this legacy market. We see Biden got the Inflation Reduction Act passed, and we know that was the Build Back Better. It's all about building the fourth industrial revolution where the robots, algorithms, and drones take over the economy and the sheep go inside the metaverse. But before that can happen, we know they cause a problem. Wait for the reaction and run in with the solution. We're going to have mass layoffs because the corporations are already setting up to lay off and lower the forecast. But guys, we know these corporations have plenty of money. They can afford to pay a 15% tax. But we know that 15% tax is part of causing the problem. We know what corporations are going to do. They're going to pass that 15% off to the consumer. We've seen this playbook before. We know the robots, algorithms, and drones don't need a lunch break. They don't need any health care. But remember, guys, this is a whole new economy, the whole new digital ecosystem. It takes time. It's going to be in phases. But by 2025, we will see the robots, algorithms, and drones in full effect. And we'll look back on 2020 as when the foundation was laid. And this is Shemitah year. So we know there's going to be an event that they're going to be able to ride on for the next few years while they're building. And then also we know this is midterms. This is going to give them the opportunity to ride the Hegelian dialectic because we know the Republicans are going to take back over the Senate. And then, of course, guys, we have Grayscale. Grayscale moved down about $2 billion. Make sure you're paying attention to the actual allocations. Now, getting over into a little crypto news, we have FTX generated more than $1 billion in revenue last year. But guys, don't forget Coinbase did $7 billion and Binance did $20 billion. And lastly, we have Ethereum merge prompts miners and mining pool to make a choice. And remember, guys, it's set up as a Hegelian dialectic. So we'll get a lot of entertainment over these next 30 days before the actual merge. But we know the big money is behind proof of stake. It's all about clean energy, and that's what the big corporations want. And of course, that's what Ethereum is going to be doing. We know JP Morgan hand is all over Ethereum. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you, don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, BitChute, Binance, do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The Crypto Teacher Stock Channel, Crypto Teacher Stocks. You have your Kobo, your chip charts, your banking, your gaming, where everybody's sitting at home, get own stocks, the C-Word, the biotech stocks, and while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.